The new variant out. The latest evidence is showing it may evade immunity. Okay? It has lots of mutations. About 60, okay? It seems to, a lot of them may affect the spike, okay? Which is targeted by the vaccines, okay? I wanted to explain each mutation is actually equal to a changed amino acid, okay? So you have amino acids are, for example, if you have amino acids, you have names. That's valine. You might. That's called alanine, glycine, okay, glutamate, etc. That's proline. So if you get a mutation, you might get the valine, alanine, and then the proline. So that one gets replaced. That gets replaced by proline, okay? Or it could either be replaced, which is called that's actually called a substitution, okay? That equals a substitution. You could also get additions and deletions. Okay. Additions would be our valine, alanine, glycine, glutamate, proline, and then you get, if you get another alanine added, you might get valine, alanine, glycine, glutamate, proline. That's addition, okay? Or you might get a deletion, so you might get valine, alanine, glycine, glutamate, proline, and then you get a negative, say, that the glycine gets removed. That's actually a hydrogen, okay? So you would end up with valine, alanine, glutamate, proline. I should emphasize, when I'm writing this sequence out, this is representing a tiny bit of protein. It's literally 6 amino acids. Proteins, the spike protein I think is about 1200 amino acids. There are thousands and thousands, tens of thousands in coronavirus. This is just a little bit, I'm just demonstrating what various mutations are. So yeah, the mutations in Omicron are concerned because they might affect its ability to transmit, okay, or immune system evasion, or vaccine resistant, okay? Okay. The original Wuhan variant had about 50. There's about 60 mutations in total, but the Omicron one, there's 30 in Omicron. You got 30 to affect this spike, okay? And there's 32 affecting the spike. Of the spike, half of the ones in the spike, which equals about 15, are actually in the receptor binding. Domain, okay? That's a part of the spike, so if you have a spike coming up like this, it's a part of the spike here, which binds to the, this binds to the cell, okay? It's a section of the spike that binds to the cell. There's 9,860 amino acids in total in coronavirus, okay? And greater than 900,000 atoms, okay? So of the 9,860, 60 in Omicron are mutated, okay? So out of nearly 10,000 amino acids, 60 mutated. The spike has about 1,273 amino acids, okay? So there's about 30 mutations in the spike, and that's got 1,273 amino acids, which means that 2.4% of spike is mutated. So I think there's a prediction. I'd make a prediction that we'll get more variants could emerge. Okay? So yeah, given the fact only about 2.4% of the amino acids in the spike have changed, we should get a lot more variants. And also, yeah, the number of possible combinations of amino acid when you get these numbers is astronomical. There are millions of combinations. So yeah, it's a bit about Omicron. Yeah, it seems to be more transmissible. Possibly it's going to invade the immune system and vaccine resistant. But Mark Wilhouse at Edinburgh said that because it's in the country now, all the travel restrictions are pointless. He's right, it's in the country. I kind of expected that to happen. When I first heard there was 2 cases, I thought there's probably already 10, 20, 30. There's several thousand, or dozens now. I don't know whether it was dozens or hundreds of thousands, but it's in the country. Stopping travel restrictions won't do anything. It's a completely pointless exercise. All it will do is hurt people's employment and hurt people's lives. Not just the lives of people who want to travel, but it will mess about lives. It will mess up the lives of those who run planes and trains and the holiday industry. It will ruin their lives. It will mess them up. It will make them lose income. So it's not the right thing to do. They should just let people keep living. They should accept it's here, do what we can to limit its spread, and just let people keep living. That's the best way to handle it in my view. But I'll probably get ignored. I don't think the government cares what I think. Anyway, have a good day. So I mentioned the spike, which has 1,273 amino acids, okay? Just to give you an idea of, I mentioned also predicted there will be more variants. Just to give you an idea of what we're talking about, okay? In a typical piece of amino acid, which with 100, sorry, if you have a little bit of protein with 100 amino acids, okay? Okay, and there's 20 different amino acids, okay? short for amino acids, AA. Okay, the total number of combinations of amino acids is 20 to the power 100, okay? Which is a huge number, okay? That's actually equal to 10 to the power of, I'm not going to work it out here actually, I have to do it somewhere else. It's a very big number, 20 to the power of 100, okay? You can work it out actually quite quickly. How do you work this out quickly? So you go 20 to the 100, if that equals 10 to the x, okay? You take log base 10, 20 to the 100 equals log base 10, 10 to the x, okay? Log rules state that the 100 comes down, okay? So 100 log base 10, 20 equals x log base 10, 10, okay? Log base 10, 10 is 1, because 10 to the power 10 is 1, so that equals basically x, okay, times 1. So you get 100 log base 10, 20. So that's basically equals x. So therefore x equals, you go x equals log, which is base 10, 20, 1.3 times 100 equals x equals 130. Okay? 0.1. So therefore 20 to the 100 equals 10 to the power of 130. Okay? 0.1. 10 to the power 130, okay? Approximately 10 to the power of 130, okay? So it's a vast number. So even with 100 amino acid piece of protein with 20 possible different amino acids, there's 10 to the power of 130 possible pieces of protein, which is an astronomical number. It's a huge number. So so when you have a piece of the spike protein, as I said, is 1, 2, 7, 3 amino acids long, okay? So total number of proteins is, the total number of possible spikes is 20 to the power of 1, 2, 7, 3, which actually, it turns out, is equal to 10 to the power of 1, 6, 5, 6, okay? Roughly. Which is an astronomical number of possibilities. So the total number of there will definitely be more variants, because there's basically around about 10 to the power of 1656, okay, that's basically a 10 with 1656 zeros after it, okay? It's a 1 with 1656 zeros after it, which is astronomical. So more variants will come along. Some will be nastier, some will be harmless, some will go unnoticed, but there'll be loads of more variants, and there's bound to be, I would think. And this new Omicron one's appeared, and some may be worse. Most probably will go unnoticed though. So yeah, that's number of possibilities is huge. Astronomical number of variants possible, okay? Hello people of the world, just quick note. I mentioned the astronomical number of possible variants. When you have a spike with 1273 amino acids, you get about 10 10 to the power 1600 combinations, the variants of spike. I mentioned in the early video how there are, how there are 10 to the power of 21 viruses per person. Okay, that's a big figure. But this is an even more astronomical figure. So that's just for this coronavirus is 10 to the power of 1600 possible varieties, which is huge. There is the Omicron variant certainly seems to be a lot more contagious. I read it multiplies something like 30 times faster in our bodies. At the moment, I don't think there's not of data to show that it's actually more dangerous, but it's certainly infecting people a lot more easily. I was very worried about the Delta variant early on, but my worries seemed to come to nothing because I may have had the virus back in August, but I was hardly affected. I just coughed a bit and that was the end of it. So I don't know what's I don't think we know enough yet. Although I have been doing a lot of exercise the last 8 months, which may have helped me not be so badly affected in the summer. Because when you exercise, your body absorbs oxygen more easily, so the virus won't affect you as badly. But the Omicron is certainly more contagious. So it will more be in your body. Yeah, I know 30 times faster. But apparently in the lungs it doesn't multiply as fast. But yeah, this number of viruses per person seemed huge. That's one with 21 zeros after it. But this is a one with 1,656 zeros after it. It is huge. Okay. Yeah, that's 10 squared is 1 with 2 zeros. That's 1 with 21 zeros. This is 1 with 1,656 zeros, which is just astronomical. So, but that's the way biology works, because you get different combinations of amino acids, you can get absolutely huge numbers. So, anyway, cheers. Oh, wrong one.